arrogance can blind even the most knowledgeable. See how Daksha Prajapati's disdain for Lord Shiva and his public humiliation of his own daughter, Sati, triggered a divine fury that reshaped his destiny in the most unexpected way.
Daksha Prajapati, a radiant and powerful figure, sprang forth from the right thumb of Brahma. He was not only the possessor of immense wealth and dominion, but was also considered a profound scholar of the Vedas and religious rituals. His fame spread in all directions, and even the deities held him in respect. However, beneath this veneer of external glory and knowledge lay a deep-seated arrogance. Daksha had unwavering faith in his social standing and his adherence to rituals. He considered himself the epitome of righteousness and judged others by his own standards. This is why, when his beloved daughter Sati chose Bhagwan Shiva as her life partner out of her own volition, Daksha's ego was severely wounded. Bhagwan Shiva, a detached ascetic and yogi beyond worldly illusions, was the antithesis of Daksha's materialistic mindset. Shiva's attire, his matted hair, the ash smeared on his body, and his strange attendants seemed repulsive to Daksha. Daksha considered him uncivilized and beyond social norms, unworthy in his eyes of his daughter. Compelled by his daughter's love and devotion, Daksha reluctantly permitted the marriage, but his heart never accepted Bhagwan Shiva. A deep resentment took root within him, growing stronger with time. One day, Daksha organized a grand yagna. This yagna was a display of his power and prestige, to which he invited all the major gods, goddesses, sages, and ascetics. It was an occasion where he could establish his superiority. However, in this vast assembly, he deliberately did not invite his daughter Sati and her husband Bhagwan Shiva. This was not only a social snub, but also a symbol of his deep contempt for his son-in-law and daughter. Sati, who loved her father, but was an ardent devotee of Bhagwan Shiva, who could not bear this insult. When she learned about the yagna and realized that her husband had been intentionally excluded, her heart filled with sorrow and anger. She sought Bhagwan Shiva's permission to attend her father's yagna. Bhagwan Shiva, who could foresee the future and knew the potential consequences of Daksha's arrogance, explained to Sati that it was improper to go to someone's house without an invitation. He tried to dissuade her, but Sati was resolute in her desire to go to her father's home. In her heart, she hoped that her presence might change her father's heart, and that he would abandon his animosity towards Bhagwan Shiva. When Sati arrived at her father's yagna site, she did not receive the respect she deserved. Daksha publicly insulted her and Bhagwan Shiva. He used harsh and reprehensible words for Bhagwan Shiva, mocking his asceticism and his appearance. Hearing such vile insults directed at her husband, Sati's heart shattered. A deep anguish arose in her mind towards her father. She realized that her father's ego was so overwhelming that he could not see truth and love. In the fire of that humiliation, Sati felt unable to continue living. To protect the honor of her husband and to protest her father's unrighteous act, she jumped into the burning Yagna Kund, a sacrificial fire pit, and immolated herself. When Bhagwan Shiva received the news of Sati's self-immolation, his anger erupted like a volcano. His third eye opened, and from his matted hair emerged a fierce and powerful warrior, Virabhadra. Virabhadra was the embodiment of Bhagwan Shiva's wrath. He stormed Daksha's yagna site with his ganas, known as attendants. Despite the resistance of the gods and sages, Virabhadra devastated the yagna and finally severed King Daksha's head from his body. After this destructive event, the gods and Brahma pleaded with Bhagwan Shiva to calm his anger and forgive Daksha. Bhagwan Shiva, though deeply grieved, conceded to the request of the deities. He revived Daksha, but in place of the severed head, a goat's head was affixed. This incident served as a lesson in the consequences of Daksha's arrogance. Daksha's story warns against the hollowness of pride despite wealth and knowledge. His arrogance and judgment, especially toward Shiva, led to tragic events. His inability to respect his daughter's choice and his public insult highlight the destructiveness of ego. Sati's sacrifice shows the power of devotion against disrespect. Daksha's downfall and subsequent humiliation teach that true greatness lies in humility and respect, not in superficial achievements or social standing. His tale is a potent lesson in the consequences of unchecked arrogance. Until next time, share your myth, your meaning, your journey. Goodbye.